Hi everyone, Jen here from Memory Keeping with Jen. I hope you're doing well. I am coming to you today with episode 30 of my year in review 2011 album. I cannot believe that I am on episode 30. I feel like I just started working on these, but I am super excited to say I am almost done with this album. I think I only have maybe this layout and 2 or 3 more after this. So the end is in sight. If you're anything like me, after a while, I find that I get burnt out of doing one theme and I am absolutely ready to switch to something else. I feel like I started this album almost a year ago. I was working on it before I started making the videos. So it's been probably maybe 10 months, I think, that I've been working on this album. Again, I don't work on it, every week. I try to now, but I kind of go in spurts. During the summer, I do very little scrapbooking. So it's winter right now. We're still in March. So I'm trying to get as much done as I can before the summer picks up and I'm just not home. So today I have a layout that I'm going to do. I'm not following any kind of template or project recipe or sketch or anything. I'm kind of going to go off the cuff. I have one page. It is a 2-page layout. The left side is going to have 3 photos and the right side is going to have 6 photos. So it's definitely a little bit something different than I normally do. The papers that I chose, this is actually from I'm not a Stampin' Up! Consultant, but these are actually from a Stampin' Up! Paper kit from many years ago that I found. I've only used some of it here and there. So I have 2 pieces of cardstock that I'm going to use as the background. I do have the kit set aside in case I need a little bit more, again, because I'm going off the cuff on this one, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to need. And then these are going to be my background papers. So this is going this way. So they're obviously different. They're from the same collection, so they do match. And I'm hoping that they're gonna kind of tie in. So the photos on the left are gonna be photos of my older son. The photos on my right are gonna be my younger son. They were taken the same time. There is one photo that they're both in the same photo together. It was just, a night that they were both being silly and I captured some photos and I want to scrapbook them. So that's what these are. So I'm gonna start with my cardstock. I'm not exactly sure how much I need on this side. I think I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches here. Oops. And then on this one, I think I'm gonna do 8 inches, and I'm hoping it's gonna be enough. I have more of this paper, so if for some reason I find that I didn't cut enough, and I'm actually just looking because the paper it's so old, it's faded along the edges. So I just wanna make sure that the side that I cut and put down isn't completely faded. So I'm gonna go with this part right here. I'm going to cut this to 8 inches. And that's going to go right there in the middle. And then this is going to go here in the middle. And I don't yet know what I'm going to do for other embellishments. I have a whole bunch of stuff that came with the kit, but I want to get my photos laid out first, and then I'm going to kind of determine it's definitely going to need other stuff on here, but I'm not quite sure yet. I'm going to kind of go figure it out as I go along. So this is 6 inches. I want it to be centered on the page. So I am using my ruler. And I'm going to, since it's closer for me, I'm working from the bottom up. So I'm going to go up to the 9 is on this side. So I'm going to line it up on the 9. And then because this one is 8 inches, I'll have 2 inches on either side. And I could have cut this to have, because that's a big piece of paper to kind of miss. And maybe I will, because I do kind of like these stripes. So as I'm working on this, although now I already put my tape down, that's fine. All right, so I'm going to go 2 inches over on either side. So normally I would have cut either side of this and then put it down, which I almost kind of feel like maybe it would look better with the stripes on the top to kind of even it out a little bit, but it's fine. All right, I don't know if I'm yet going to trim these photos or not. I have not decided that part. Those ones anyway. These I'm definitely going to trim. These are going to be 3.5 by 3.5. So I am going to use my photo trimming guides, and I actually have my photo trimming pencil this time. And I'm going to mark each one. I'm only going to mark it on one side because once I have the first cut, then I can easily use my photo trimmer to measure the rest. Unless, assuming that I go to the top. If I go to the top of the photo, I only need to mark one side. But if I'm going to do it in the middle of the photo, then I do need to mark 3 sides. And this one, I am going to mark 3 sides. Actually, I'm going to mark 4. I'll mark 3 sides. I often will just use a colored pencil, but it's a little bit harder to see. The photo pencil, the lines definitely come up a lot easier because it's a little bit more waxy. So in these photos, my son, who was 14 months, 15 months, decided he was trying to put his jacket on himself. And he did this quite frequently, actually. This was not a one-time thing that he was doing. It was just hysterical. Like, even still looking back, like, there's some things that I just don't remember from when they were little. This was just one of those moments that it was just hysterical. And he did not want help. He was determined to do it by himself. And then once he did it, of course, then he decided he was going to try to climb into the dishwasher because that was his thing when he was little. I think he just liked to bounce on the door, which obviously I didn't let him do it regularly, but every chance he could, he would try to climb into the dishwasher and bounce on the door. I very rarely do layouts with 6 full photos on it. And I saw the photos and I was like, all right, I'm going to have to do two page layouts. And then I was like, you know what? If I trim the photos small enough, I think I can get them all into just one layout, 1 2-page layout. Because I am now up to I'm up to 4 albums for my 2011. And if I can finish the last few photos and just with, I'll say like 4 pages, 6 pages, then I can get it. I think I can get it all into 3 albums. Because 4 albums for 1 year is a lot. Let me lay this out and see what it looks like. My photos are just a little bit off. I should have used my measurements on here and I did not. Started to, and then I didn't. So I'm just double checking to make sure that they're all the right size, because there was one that was just a little bit off. And it was probably just the way I cut it. I think it was just that one. Yep, okay. So I'm literally just laying these out here. And this is exactly how I plan to do it. Just like this. And that's how I'm going to get 6 photos on here. I could have made them a little bit bigger so they didn't have the background, but I didn't want to do that. And now on this, so I'm going to lay these down and then I'm going to focus on this side, because I do feel like I need something else over here. Let's see, where do I want to measure these two? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There we go. Again, I'm lining them up with the measurements on the mat. And once I do the first ones, then the rest are fine. The rest will kind of fall into place. Now I do have some border stickers that I think I'm going to use on here. And I do think I'm going to mount these 2 photos. So I do have some other paper. So I don't know if I want to do like this dark blue. I can mount them on here and tie that in there, which I think I kind of like that. Yeah, I think I like those colors. So I do have another sheet of that color. I've got orange as well. So it came with each of these cardstocks. It has the green and it has the orange. I like those ones, but I kind of want to tie in the blue together. So these photos are, pretty sure they are 4x6, 4x6. So I'm going to do my photo mats 4.5. I'm going to have to do them twice. 4.5 by 6.5. Maybe I'll trim them just a little bit and do 4.5 by 6. I'll trim the photos just a little bit. And I'm going to do that so I don't have to completely cut and waste a whole nother strip of cardstock. And I just need to trim the photos to 5.5 inches. Just very minor. Oops. So while my younger son was playing with his coat, my older son was playing with his food and just being silly. So I was considering doing a title, something about being silly. I tend to do my titles last. I like to get everything else laid out on the page first, and then I work on my titles. I think I'm going to overlap that one just a little bit. Yep, that's going to go like that. So I have a whole bunch of these random stickers here. do kind of like the little bit of a journaling box that they have. But right now I'm going to focus on, I want to do a border on this side. And then I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do a border here and here. Let me think. Okay, so I'm going to do, I should be dry fitting it, but I'm not going to. I'm totally going to wing it. This is definitely something outside of my comfort zone in terms of stickers like this. I don't normally use stickers like this. Like, these are just numbers. And if they didn't come with this collection, I would not have ever thought to do something like this. But I like how they match. And because the photos aren't really any specific theme, I think it's kind of okay. I'm comfortable with it. I'll put it like that. I'm comfortable going outside of my comfort zone. Whew, how's that? Because that is exactly what's going on here. This one I want to move out just a little bit. I do want to overlap. Since I moved it up a second time, I am just going to add a little bit more adhesive. There we go. Okay, that's how I like it. Okay, those are down. And now on this side, there's some really cute things in here. I think I'm gonna do the same thing, but I have them in orange. So I'm gonna do these numbers on this side in orange. But now, do I want to do stars or more numbers? Well, I think I'm going to stick with the number theme. And I'm going right to the edge. There we go. Okay. I really like this. I love the colors. I think there's just a lot going on here. There's some other word things on here. Let's see. I do feel like I want to do some of these here. And I'm gonna go this side and put these here. I just feel the creativity flowing today. This is not normally easy for me. And I'm just, I don't know. I'm not really sure why, but I'm totally going outside of my realm, doing things I would not normally do. And I'm happy with it. Let's see what else is the other one. Oh, here we go. Let's see. I kind of feel like maybe I'm just gonna do 3 of these. And this orange will kind of tie in the orange on the other page as well. And then maybe I still will do like a little title that says silly or something right there. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's gonna be too much. I kind of feel like this is too much. I feel like they're just a little bit too big. So I'm not gonna go with those. I don't want to use the same words that I have here. So I have these same ones that I did here, and I don't want to just use those. So let's see. Do I want to do some journaling? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just do a little bit of journaling, because this is like a journaling box here. And then I can write about both of the events. There or there. There or there. Now I wish I was live to be able to ask your opinion. Top or bottom? I feel like the bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna go here. Okay. I'm gonna call this one a success. Let's see. Maybe I'll do one thing. No. Okay. And there we go. Super easy. Again, I'm using limited number of tools. I used my 12-inch trimmer. I did a few stickers. If you don't have these stickers, you could very easily use decorative paper and just trim a 1/2 inch decorative paper. And that's it. And I got 9 photos on a 2-page layout. And that's great because like I said, I'm almost done with this album. So the more photos I can get on the fewer number of pages, the better. And if I could keep it to 3 albums instead of 4, I'll be very happy for that. So that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps you if you have a lot of photos that you're trying to get into a single layout. Happy scrapbooking. Take care.